Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is Virgo, September 2025 Tarot Astrology Energy and Predictions for September. So welcome in, Virgo. You had quite the reading, and this particular drawing that I'm doing is different than all the others just because it just felt like you needed some sort of path, some sort of direction, or you were following a different path. So this reading is a bit different for you. All right, just shuffle the cards, and I'm going to go into the tarot, then I'll go into some astrology, and then I'll come back to the tarot at the end here for you as I'm drawing, kind of keeping you entertained there with something. It's a kind of a terrible drawing, but that's okay. 5 of Cups over the Lovers, 4 of Swords over the Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles over the King of Swords, and also overall energy of the Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Swords, and Death card. Okay, let's get started for you. So the 5 of Cups here, with the Lovers explaining, it's kind of making the choice to let go of something once and for all. And it's probably, I feel like the thing of it is you're letting go of not only patterns, but I think you're letting go of, this would be like negative patterns in your life. So things that are just unhealthy for you, things that are mentally unhealthy for you, I think you're letting go of those patterns and choosing to do so. And you're making those choices, right? You're making choices to attract things that are going to be healthy for you in the future, but it's also, there's some rumination energy, and I feel like you're releasing the rumination, you're releasing that off your path. You're no longer going to be trapped mentally by things like that, by ruminations, by, events, by things like that. It's almost like stuff will come into your mind and you're going to decide whether or not it should stay, and then you just let it pass if it should not stay. And that might be a different thing for you. So you're making the choice to be happy and a little more unaffected. And it's not because you're closing down or you're distancing yourself. It's just you're making that choice now, because I think you have a grander path to follow here. Okay. And you need to know when to rest with the 4 of Swords and the Ace of Wands here, because you're going to have some creative bursts, and especially in the month of September, if I could even talk. It's like, it's time to rest. Know when to rest and know when to take action, because some things you do need to rest on. It's not like you're going to follow every single passion down. You're going to know what to act on, what not to act on. And I feel like you're coming from a point of stability at this time. And it's also balancing that energetic time, because I think there's a cycle here to September. I think a lot of people are feeling it, and we'll go into astrology as well. And the cycle is that it's like rest time, and then there's work time, and there's creative time. And I feel like you're infusing your creativity into your daily life, which is breathing life into some of the things that you're doing. Okay? And then we have the 9 of Pentacles followed by the King of Swords. Time to make that plan. Set it up. I think you've been putting off making this particular plan because you're like, you know what? Is this exactly the right path I should follow? Is this the way I want to go? Is this really the path that I want to follow? And I feel like you're deciding that, you know what? This is as good a path as I'm on right now, and you can always divert. So that's the thing. Just because there's a path between the trees, and that's what I'm drawing here, just because there's a path laid out in front of you doesn't mean you can't divert, doesn't mean you can't color outside the lines, doesn't mean you can't take a step off of that path onto another path. Just make a plan. So there's King of Swords is that strategy king, and it's time to make a plan. And I'm getting that word bankable. So something bankable. So it's something to do with money, it's to do with your career, it's to do with finances. It's like, is this a bankable option? Is this lucrative? Is this going to propel me forward in my financial stability? I feel like this is a time of stability for you. You are working on that actively. Okay, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, the 3 of Swords, and the Death card. And I feel like saying this is the final hurdle. Transformation is afoot. And so that's the thing. I feel like the wheel is turning. The Wheel of Fortune here is turning. You're turning it. You're making it happen. This is, equal parts destiny, equal parts free will, that kind of thing. It has to do with the Mariah sisters moving the wheel of the hands of fate along, right? It's just simply time. We're releasing some things out of our life, and we're adding in some other things, making room, making that mental space for other things that we're working on. And this is part of your transformation. Your transformation is this is the final hurdle. So I feel like you've been working on this for a very long time, and now here we're at the pinnacle of getting over something that has been difficult maybe in your life. Could have been just repeat cycles, you know, a way of thinking, a way of acting, a way of doing, a way of viewing the world even. And you're like, you know what, that's just, you know, not working for me anymore, so we're going to change it. You could actually be moving, you could actually be changing careers, whatever that it is you're doing, that you're doing something, and it's going to be absolutely bankable. I feel like you see the end goal, you see the path ahead of you, and I think you're taking it. This is going to be very transformative. It's more of a big energy reading here for you. All right, so let's move into the astrology, and then later I'll pull some cards at the end that are going to be the end cap for you. So for you, I just really wanted to concentrate on Uranus and Taurus. So I'm not an astrologer, and I'm not going to dive deep into your things. I literally look at the sky and be like, yeah, look, Uranus is hanging out in Taurus. There it is, you know. I have an app for this. Anyway. So Uranus and Taurus, question the establishment. This is something that you're doing, like, you're probably going to be doing until you die, honestly, is questioning the establishment, the rules that have been set up by somebody else. We don't even often know who, but it's a time of great questioning for you, and that is part of your destined path. And this is also questioning your established patterns. Okay, so you wake up every day and you do this in this particular order. Well, why do you do that? Why on earth? And should you be doing something differently? And I feel like there's a questioning energy here for you that is kind of moving you in a new direction, down a new path. And I'm drawing like a forest path here because I just felt like the road was a bit windy for you. But I think that you see there's a light kind of at the end. It's almost like morning time, or maybe even a twilight time. Anytime that the sun shines through the trees where it's darker in the forest than it is, you know, when you get to the clearing type thing. And so I feel like you're seeing that light, you're seeing the transformation, you're seeing the other side, so to speak. And I feel like that is very important to incorporate in your daily living. You're working on your stability, and I think that's that foundation that you're working on, so you can kind of go down different paths and divert if you feel like you need to. Okay. Let's see, and that's kind of what this Uranus and Taurus is, because Taurus is a sign of stability, you know, always looking for that comfort, that security, that safety, you know, and willing to fight for it, honestly. And then we have this Uranus, this big generational planet that's just plowing through everything and making everybody question things. So I feel like you're on board with that, and that's part of your destined path, because it does affect you. And it does affect you in your daily life. Okay? And so we're going to continue on forward here. And let's see. Okay, so at the end I will pull cards, but I'm going to tell you about them right now, just because we're probably going to run out of video before I get to all the cards here. And so we have the Four of Cups here, followed by the Moon card, and then the Four of Pentacles. Now, I kind of hate the Four of Pentacles. It is not my favorite card in the deck, because it is, yeah, this guy's got a box, you know, with some coins coming out, and he's like, here, want some coins? But it's also a kind of trapping card, a card that inhibits the universe from providing that abundance that you so wish for. Okay, so it's you holding back the universe, like turning the spigot off. The universe is like, here you go, here's your gifts, here's your path. Don't you like it? Don't you want that? And then you're saying, no, I don't want that, because I'm scared, because I'm whatever it is. You know, I'm unwilling to jump forward on this for whatever reason. And I feel like you're going to be out of reasons. There won't be reasons anymore. And so I think that's why that card is showing up. There's the Four of Cups here. Taking a different offer. There could be a different offer from the one that you had, maybe something you hadn't even expected. Well, it's time to go for it. You know, don't just ignore anything that comes on your mind. Of course, analytically think about things, but don't let that stop you from moving forward. Don't let that, like, perceptions or what you think you should be doing, or you know, this whole pressure from the outside that is going on for pretty much the collective. Don't let that stop you from kind of entertaining offers and seeing if they are legit for you. Okay, and work with your life. Do have this moon card, and the moon card is a reflection, of course, of the sun. I feel like you're going to be doing your new kind of new self after this transformation is very much one of reflection. You might be more reflective than you are outspoken, and that might be a change for you. You might be just kind of like holding back responses, maybe not reactive, maybe not jumping in where, because a lot of times Virgos I've noticed, and I have Virgo in a very prominent position in my chart, so I know how it feels. You just want to jump in and because you can fix something. But no, we don't need to be doing that. Sometimes we need to hang back. We need to let people, let things happen, and then decide. And that way you're ready and you're all on board to follow through with whatever decision that you decide to follow through with. And so there's something here about reflection and reflecting on events in your life, and then making decisions from that standpoint instead of making decisions kind of off the cuff or from the gut or anything like that. Nothing reactive for you in September. I want you to just chill. I want you to just hang out. Okay, if you enjoyed this reading, Virgo, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good month.